Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Monday. The market is open. It's that time again. Good morning, Paul. Hey, Philip. Pablo, Neil. Let's get right into this thing. We had a surprising uptrend on Friday. Have quite a long ways to go if we're going to challenge any unbroken lows. All right, we got our key levels all situated here. And currently, there is no real trends in play. Very range-like, market going back and forth. Pretty hard to map out. More than anything, it looks like everything's kind of played out. Moves in both directions. Basically just waiting to see what kind of trend appears that's obvious. We don't really have anything super obvious just yet. Possibly a double higher low here on the S&P. It just triggered. I'll take it if this pulls back a little bit. Might go a little too high too soon. Shoot, it's already gone almost 3 points. ATR is pretty big again today. Yeah, this is a pretty good setup here if you were quick enough. We had one higher low here, break above the EMA, double higher low right there. Playing that reversal. Good morning to y'all who just popping in. Happy Monday to everybody. Morning, Tommy. All right, so we got a pullback coming right here. We do have an uptrend that's in play. If we can get a nice setup at the EMA, I'll be taking that. Valente, if you take a little gander up, you can answer your own question, my friend. Over on NQ, very, very similar price action. And I'm going to load some more days so we can get some key levels going there. Doesn't look like we're getting that little pullback. And I guess the trend is still in play. It never quite got a new high after closing outside of the channel. There's that push up. No real way to get in on that. That's all right. We will be patient for the next setup. NQ finally loaded, so let's take a look at our key levels. We definitely had yesterday's high right up here. What else do we got? We have yesterday's low right down here. Does not look like the market is interested in dropping down just yet. A little bit more bullish than bearish so far. And above that, what do we got? A couple unbroken highs. Quite a bit of distance though before we get there. So if we break above that, we have a lot of room to run. Had pretty nice double higher low on the NQ as well. Morning Freedom. Hey, Julian. Neil, glad you got the second entry long. Not a terrible one to take a chance on either. All right, we're about to find out if we're in a range or not here, guys. This very well could turn into it if we have something like this, right? Prices turn down around this area. Watching for that possibility for sure. All right, looks like the market is primed to move down. This little trend up has played itself out with a break in a new high. Nasdaq very possibly an overshoot of the channel right here. Either way, we would be anticipating a move down. We can continue to make new highs. We'll be looking at this larger channel. Looks pretty good so far, but still been pretty choppy this morning. I'm going to hold off for a minute. Oh, that sucks, Tom. I got YouTube Premium a long time ago, and I have no regrets. The other day I popped on. I was on a different device that didn't have my account on it. And I was like, "Whoa, where are all these commercials coming from?" I didn't even know what to do with it. So, well worth it in my book. For this week, guys, in regards to news, do not have anything today. Today is news free. Tomorrow we have light news, just retail sales before open. Wednesday, unemployment rate. And that's really about it. CPI on Friday. I don't think the market is really waiting on any of those releases. We already got through all the major earnings, so it's going to be really the market just digesting that. And then, of course, if we have any random tariff news, that could certainly move the market. Otherwise, unfortunately, we're back into the daily range with not a whole lot of catalysts on the horizon. Market is refusing to correct here. We continue making new highs, so I am watching slightly larger channel, and we'll look for a long setup if we get it. Tom, I appreciate that one. Yeah, light news like GE. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was whippy. What is going on here? Like to see it though. I like a little action coming in, a little conviction, a little volatility. More orders, the better. Definitely helps us out as traders. ES is going a little bit sideways here. Keeps looking like it wants to reverse, and then we keep getting new highs. So I'd be definitely cautious about shorting, but at the same time, it looks like it wants to correct. Alright, here we go. So the uptrend did technically play out. This close outside of the channel right here, new high was formed. That's when we would expect a correction, and it is coming right on cue. Let's see if this downtrend actually forms up into something legit that we can take. Over on NQ, the trend also did technically play out with the close outside of the channel. New high formed, beginning our descent. We will try to keep track of this thing. See if we can get a good setup on it. Already getting a pullback. NQ is above its 21 right now. And Q's back below the 21. That's solid as well. Just need to see continued bearishness and nice setup on a pullback, and we'll go short. Kind of looks like this downtrend already played itself out on the S&P. Got a little close outside of the channel and a new low. Since we pushed back up, I'm going to be looking for a long. Maybe we could get a nice higher low. Double higher low would have better odds of success. But if this higher low looks good, we might take a chance on it. Oh, we're going to need a double higher low now. Oof, that's pretty tempting. Except it's a huge freaking bar. Nearly over 7 points. Yeah, we're not doing that. Got one higher low, looking for that second one. Maybe we can get a move up to that key level. I might enter just on context here. I think it's pretty solid looking trade. Unless that EMA rejects, which is starting to. Here we go. Here we go. That is a nice looking bar. I'll wait and see how this closes. Come on, baby. Close near the high. Close near the high. Yep. Double high or low. We'll take it. If it triggers, of course. There we go. This needs to take off right away. If it doesn't, I might look to scratch or get out early. See if this next bar can finish green. If it doesn't, I may take the early loss. So we did not get immediate liftoff on that double high or low, which is not a good sign. If it's truly a good setup, you should see immediate follow through because it's basically a trap. Still has a chance, and we only have one contract, so I don't mind holding. This bar versus green, I'll take it as well. Oof, did not quite close above the EMA. Watch, now we're going to get our big bounce up. Right after taking us out, but that's how it goes sometimes. Getting a little bit choppy here. And even this move up looks like it could possibly be played out. We had this trend going higher, close outside, a little bit of a new high. I do kind of expect it to burst up one more time though. NQ looking a little bit more bearish. We had this move down that never quite played itself out. Ran nice. Good luck on those accounts. Thanks for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. 25K accounts are pretty tricky though. There's a very tight margin of error, so make sure you're sized appropriately. Valente says, won't you trade on gold or silver or in Forex market? No, I'm not trading Forex. That's for sure. Could trade gold or silver futures, but I prefer to focus in on the equity indexes. I find that watching too many symbols, sometimes I miss setups. And Q is looking like it wants to head to that key level above us. Friday's high. I'd almost be interested in just taking a context long here, assuming that we're going to get to that high, giving it a lot of room. Nasdaq just a couple quick points away from that. This trend certainly played out, at least technically. Move up here, close outside, new high right at this key level. This is where we got to be cautious taking any positions, because a key level we either could break out and really begin our uptrend, or this is going to provide resistance and all of a sudden we reject off it. So we're watching this very closely here to see what happens. S&P slowing down as well, and it's just a couple of points away from that high. So far, and this could change, but so far not seeing a huge conviction by the bulls to push us up here. Oh man, I hope we're not getting the weekly slowdown already. This is actually looking pretty promising off the open, like plenty of volume. Action's already drying up a little bit. Which kind of makes me want to do some back testing, which is one thing I do when the market is slow. I'm curious if you guys would want to see me back test when the market's slow. We'll do a little poll. We'll do a little poll. The poll's up now. Make sure you vote. Are you interested in seeing back testing while the market is slow? I can't stress enough how important it is. If you're not doing that, look, it's basically like if you were a basketball player, would you only play in the game? Like, no, you got to go to practice. You got to work on your shot. That's what backtesting is, like practice for trading. So if you're not doing it, if that's not part of your routine on some level, I would highly suggest that you make that a part of it. So far, a resounding yes. We talking about practice. It's not a game. This is practice. We talking about practice. I'm a man. I'm 40. All right, so far everyone's feeling it. So let me see. Let's see what we can do. Just making sure I'm not putting anything up on screen that would dox me or something. All right. Well, it looks like a resounding yes on the back testing session. So let's do that, guys. And of course, I'll be watching the market. If anything starts to set up, we'll flip back. Yeah, let me see if I can get this up for you. All right, so we're gonna set this up on the fly. All right. Okay, there we go. Might need to move some things around, delete some stuff, so bear with me here. All right. Hopefully we'll be able to see enough here. So basically what I'm working on right now, guys, is really kind of working on intuitive trading and just working on the management more than anything. So we'll continue to play this session. As you can see, done pretty well so far. Got through like 100 trades. And basically, I'm just looking to follow intuition, but then manage it in such a way that I'm letting winners run and cutting losers short. So I'm seeing the market go down. I'm going to take a short here. And we'll take that position. And then I'm just going to cut it short if it's wrong, and if it's right, we're going to let it run like crazy. Keeps rejecting those EMAs, so I'm going to hold on to it. Same, just holding on to that. And then we'll start trailing a stop. So that's really the idea. And I've seen amazing results. So we took a little win there. Here, let me see if I can get make sure y'all can see P&L. Everyone wants to see the P&L, right? All right, so you can see the P&L down in the corner. down, whoop. Down yonder, right here. Meanwhile, the market, just so we're aware, is right at that key level. We're still having to wait, still having to be patient to see if we reject this or not. So far, it looks like the bulls are doing well, and if we hold above that level, we'll be looking at some longs for sure. Back to the back testing. So P&L's down there, and we're just going to cycle through this. Looks like that downtrend might be reversing. I think we're going to be making it back to that moving average. Okay, we're going to go long right here. Stop loss below that swing. Stopped out. All right. And seriously, just taking intuitive trades here. So I think the market's going to go down. We're going to go short. If I think it's going to go up, we're going to go long. Very basic, but letting the management be the edge. And as I've said, it's done really well. So like right now, we're winning, right? So I'm not trying to cut this short. Letting this thing going to go if it's going to go. Took another little win. We're going to go short again. For that low a day break. All right, right on that low a day. Come on, break that. We could get a real big one here. Nice. Broke through that one level, so we'll trail in profit. And we'll just take the small wins if they come. There's another sell, as it looks like we're rejecting that level. Come on, break on down. Nope. Gonna take that, get out of that. Yet again, looks like we're gonna break it. That time we do. Take the win right there, as that's like the end of that session. On to the next day. So this is again what I've been testing. It's been crazy how much of an edge that there is just by how you manage positions. I'm sure there's probably an edge to the directions I'm trading as well, from all the experience that I have in the market. But at the same time, I think you could probably take random trades and just manage them well and end up in profit. That's more or less what I'm trying to do. All right, we're gonna sell, looking for the gap fill right here. Nope, get out of that quick. That's the other piece about it, is like you gotta take losses really quick if you're doing that. Okay, nice move up. I will get long on the pullback. We'll try right here. Kind of a steep pullback, but like worth the shot. Stop loss is gonna go below that little swing. This is on TradeZilla that I'm back testing on. But you can, I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it. Often I will do it on NinjaTrader itself. All right. Taking a loss there. That looks like a nice move down. If we stay below that key level, I'll be shorting. Oof. All right. Looking for that next pullback. Let's take a short here. Nope. Got to get out. And we're going back in as it's rejecting. Boom. Nice. Move the stop in profit. Take a little win. If it rejects again, we'll get short, but kind of looks like it wants to get back up over that key level. Nope, here we go. Moving back down, we're going to short. Not happening. All right, move back above. That blue line's VWAP there, and then I have the 21 EMA. See if we can get back above it. We'll go long. Nope. Watching that key level. Come on, come on. Go on up, go on up. Super choppy. We'll get out of that. Nice, there's the move up. See if we can get a pull back. Cool, buying that. And getting out. Notice how quickly I am taking the loss. I'm not hoping that things turn around. I'm not like, oh man, maybe it'll come back to me. Just, hey, if it's not going against, if it's not going with me, I'm getting out as quick as possible. And there's always ways to re-enter. I would love to short, but this is like almost at the end of that session, so I'm just going to let that day play out. Back down to that key level. See where the next day opens up. Ooh, like right on it. Looks like a little move down. Probably we'll get to that next key level. I'm going to chase this a little bit. Nope, getting out of that. Too big of a bar right there. Maybe rejecting. Yeah, Jonathan, I believe I do have a paid account on this one. Nope, getting out of that. Back above the key level, looking long. Looking long. That's a steep pullback, jeez. Pretty big battle going on. This is back in March of 2018, so. Go short. Come on, drop on down for us. Nope, getting out. Pretty choppy. But start looking like some selling volume picking up. We'll follow it. Nice, down to that key level. Hopefully we can break through. I'll trail my stop and profit. No breaking through. Back on the real market. We are getting some rejection off of that key level. So I will be looking for a pullback here. It's crazy the difference between like how fast backtesting goes and how long you have to wait for these setups in real time. Like for instance, that last little section, this took about, I don't know, a minute, right? A minute right here. And this is a minute chart. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was like 45 minutes of action here that we just played off in 30 seconds. So that's why backtesting is so helpful, right? You can get through an insane amount of price action in a very short amount of time. Helps you like recognize patterns and work on your management like this. Boom, boom, boom. Whereas if you're doing that in the live market, that same section of time is going to take you like several hours. So can't recommend it enough. It doesn't have to be on that same platform. You could just load up historical charts of NinjaTrader. Watch, we're just going to do this. We're just going to go back in time. We'll set a margin. Here, set a, oh, nope. Hold on. Let me show you how to do this real quick on NinjaTrader. Nope, that's not it. There we go. All right, so we're on NinjaTrader. I'm going to set a margin, a right side margin. So that way I cannot see what's about to happen. Besides all my drawings, I guess. Let's go back in time and then basically just do the same thing. NinjaTrader doesn't automatically track stuff, so you just have to mark things, right? Like we'll just randomly, let's say we're going to go long here. You just mark it like this. Say, okay, I'm going to go take profit there. Stop out right there. And then you just keep track of it on like an Excel sheet or something like, oh, okay, took the loss, bummer. All right, looking for the next trade. We'll go short here at the EMA. Like this, and maybe we'll go right here and stop out right here. And you could even like just put a little chart marker to show yourself which direction you're trading. Boom, and that was a winner. So then just keep track of it on an Excel sheet. Super easy. And great way to get reps. So anyway, hope that was entertaining for you or helpful. You can do the same thing and it will greatly improve your trading. Meanwhile, in the market, we're back above that key level. I'm starting to look at perhaps a larger channel, but regardless of what channel it is, oh yeah, that looks solid. Definitely looking long. The bulls have been dominating so far. Bears really not able to get anything going, and we're back above the key level. So as long as we stay above that, going to be looking for a long. So that's what I am going to be hunting for. Going to switch over to the Discord right now to do that. Appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. Great hanging out with you. Catch you on the next one. Peace.